What's happening, YouTube? Got the 2025 Surron Light B here, and I've installed some Schenkel 240. I think these are 241 tires, 19 by 275 in the front, and 18 by 3" in the rear, on the rear. 18 by 3" on the rear. And I just wanted to make a quick video. Since I've installed those tires on the bike, it seems like I've lost a little power. Just a little power. I can't pop the wheel up. I used to be able to pop the wheel up at like 20 to 22 miles an hour. I lost a little bit of that on the installation of these tires. So what I want to do is regain that torque back. And what I've done is I've bought a 54 tooth Warp9 sprocket with the race chain from TB Electric. And I'm looking to see if I can regain that torque back without losing a whole lot of my top end speed. The top end on this bike used to be 60, I think the highest I've had it was like 61.5 or 62 miles an hour. And that's GPS. And I'm looking to at least be able to maintain 55 miles an hour with the larger sprocket on the bike. I did watch Tail Happy, and he placed a 54 tooth on his bike with the upgrade, with the aftermarket controller, and he's able to maintain, when he was getting 53, he was able to maintain that. He had the regular chain on his. It reduced the speed down to 50 miles an hour, I believe, and then he got the race chain. They call it the race chain, gold race chain, and he was able to get it back to 53 miles an hour. So if I don't lose any top speed, that would be great, and gain extra torque. But if I do lose some top speed, but I gain the torque, I'd like to be able to pop this bike up at 25 miles an hour. I mean, that would go a long way in my learning how to wheelie. I did also install some Shimano pads on it, and let me tell you, I was going to install some Ultra B brakes on this bike. I'm always wanting to keep the Surron feeling like a Surron, so I'd like to keep the weight down. I try and minimize adding too many, well, let me say it like that, parts that will dramatically increase the weight of the bike. And that's dramatic, maybe like 5-10 pounds. I don't want to add 5 to 10 pounds here and there. It's the reason why I went with the nuclear controller, because it seems to give the most performance from the stock battery. And so I don't mind. I mean, this pad is working great. I mean, it's an expensive pad. It costs like 3 times more than a normal brake pad. I think I paid like $35 for that pad, which the normal pads are like $10. But I can say that pad, I don't know how long it's going to last, but it does have great stopping power. Great stopping power, and it's somewhat modular. So I can lock the wheel up with one finger without having to have too much pressure on the lever. And you can see here that it's pretty tight, and that locks it up right there. So I'm gonna go ahead. Here's the box here with the chain, and I'm gonna do a top speed on the bike in this configuration with these tires and see what the current speed is, and then I'll place the sprocket and chain on, and we'll do another top speed. All right, catch you out on the road. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it. We got a lot of run room. I'll say this about these tires: the bike is a whole lot more stable with these tires on it, because it's at 54, 55. Oh, hopefully, I'm gonna do a little tucking. And this is where it flattens out, right up in here. I'm gonna tuck. She's at 57, 58. 59. And let's see, she did 59.3. So it's a little slower on the top end with these tires as well. What's up, YouTube? Back with the final edit of this video and me installing the 54 tooth Warp9 sprocket. Looks pretty good on there. Done a little testing. I'm gonna do one last speed run test. I'm gonna show you the results. I've already done a test already, and I can tell you this was a phenomenal upgrade. Number one, it actually increased the top speed. The highest I ever got on this bike was 61.5 miles an hour. Now I can get up to 63 miles an hour. And once I put the Shinko 241s on here, I kind of lost a little torque. I got that torque back with my body weight. I can now pop the wheel up at around 22 to 24 miles an hour. So bike feels nice, light, and nimble. Again, with this great upgrade of this Warp9 sprocket, and I do have the nuclear controller with this bad boy. Just a few other minor upgrades on this thing, like handlebars and grips, but that's pretty much it. Like I say, I'm gonna go ahead and do this top speed run. I'm going to go on a part of the road. I may not get 63, maybe I'll get 61, but the gist of it is I went up in sprocket size, but I thought I was going to lose top speed. I actually gained top speed, a mile or two an hour, maybe 3, and I gained more torque. So I think it's related to the aftermarket. Most of the guys that I see with the aftermarket controllers that do this upgrade on the sprocket, it seems like they get a higher top speed and increased torque. Not saying it's guaranteed. I don't know what the sauce is, but it seems like the 54 tooth sprocket is like the sweet spot for an aftermarket controller. I've watched 2 or 3 different videos from different bikes. One with the BAC 4000, one with the TC 500. And I have a nuclear, and they all seem to have creased in speed. I mean, I'm getting a high top speed in both of those bikes with this nuclear, but hey, I'm not bragging. I'm not saying nuclear is the best, but it's a daggone good controller. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the top speed run, and we'll call it a wrap on the video. But a successful install. Bike's a little bit, maybe a tad louder. Maybe it's the same size. I can't tell as far as how it sounds. It sounds about the same, but it does roll. I got the race chain. It does roll a lot easier, it just rolls a lot better than it did before with the other stock chain. All right, we'll see you guys on the road. Okay, we'll hit it right here. Now I'm full throttle. Full throttle, we're at 54 GPS. I'm on top. And we got 59.6. So I think I'm gonna leave it right here.